Hey, you just landed on Five Lakes Garage. I'm your host, Mike Lake, and today we're going to be working on our 2019 Toyota Tacoma. And if you saw some of the videos before, you saw that I actually installed a dash cam. Why do you need a dash cam? For a lot of reasons. One, if you get into an accident, it's your word against theirs. If you have it on video, there you go. There's your evidence. If you hit something, somebody hits you, if you take the wrong turn, if somebody runs a red light, it's all on video. They can't deny it. And also, I have teenagers, driving teenagers, and we all know, and I have been personally accused of this way back when I was a teenager, when I got into a small fender bender, and of course it was my fault. I don't believe it was, but of course it was my fault because I was the teenager. With the dash cam, you know exactly what happened. It could incriminate you or it could help you. Put in a dash cam. What we're going to do today is actually take out my old one and go with something a little bit better. I'm teaming up with ManGoal, and we are going to put this in. Now this one right here, it's got 4K in the front with a 150-degree viewing angle. In the rear, it's got a rear camera too. That's going to be about a 140-degree viewing angle, but that's only a 1080, but you don't really need it that much in the back. Now we're going to see what's in the box. We're going to see all those, how to install it and how easy they made this thing. That's one reason why we're actually swapping it out from what I had before. No complaints on what I had before, but hey, this is going to look so much better. How much better? Let's take a look. All right, this is the dash cam that I had before. You know, it hangs up, it hangs down below, and it's kind of in the way. You can look at it from the inside, and yeah, it's right there. Damn, my windshield's dirty. But anyway, this is the new product. Is actually going to take this cover right here and take it off. And then once we take this off, the camera is going to sit right here. So now you won't be able to see it. And also, the great thing about this is where it gets its power. Now, if you saw my other video of how I had to get the power all the way down to the bottom, you can see how much that was a pain in the butt. Well, we're going to show you here real soon about how easy this thing is. But first, I got to unbox it. And then I'm going to show you what's in the box. What's in the box? ManGoal. Alright, got everything laid out on the table, and this is exactly what you get in the box when you get something from ManGoal. Now, you get your nice box, and actually packaging is pretty decent. Got your little plastic cover here. Now, this is the brain of everything. So you got your camera sitting there right in the front, and this right here is actually going to be covering the plastic piece that we're going to be taking off. Now, you do have a couple of different connectors up here. Well, this would be for your rear camera. This is going to be for your power plug, and this is going to be for your GPS. Now, we don't have a GPS on this thing, so we're just going to leave this aside. Now, this is optional. If you go to Amazon, you can actually pick one of those up and have GPS on there. Now, it does have instructions. It does have an app that you download, and this is how to set everything up. Now, if you need to have take some of the video off of your cam, you can hook up your phone, boom, boom, boom. There you go. You got your video. Especially if you're right there at the scene of the accident, you can show the officer, no, this is what happened. They can watch the video, boom. They don't have to worry about anything. Also, you have a trim removal tool. You just can use that to pry everything up. You have your 128 gig memory card to store all the videos. Now, I know what you're thinking, 128 is big. Well, at 4K, you're going to be using a lot of it. But it does have a feature where it will constantly loop. It will delete the oldest one and bring in the new one. So if you need to get something off of it, you need to get it off pretty quick. That's where the app actually comes in, because then you can just go up there, oh, look, I just hit a bear, like I did. Now, I can go in there and say, okay, capture that one, save that onto your phone, save it onto the, excuse me, on your drive, and then it will just keep looping around. So you don't really miss anything. Also has instructions on how to remove all your pieces and what we're getting ready to do. And it's upside down. Anyway, very easy to install. This is for a Tacoma, so it's like 19 to 22. Different year models, different manufacturers, stuff like that. They have one for most vehicles out there. Check out their website, mangoal.com, to find exactly which one you need. Also, you got your user manual. So this will get into depth about everything that you need to know. pretty darn good. Now you do have a wiring harness. Now this right here is actually unique for every vehicle. So this one says it's for Toyota. So yes, we're using a Toyota. Anyway, this is your rear cam. It is sitting on a 360 degree rotating swivel. Also plenty of cable to run it all the way through your vehicle. Now we just have a Tacoma, so you have to figure out a spot where you can actually put all your extra wire. I'll put it up on the headliner so you don't have to see it. Always put your installation nice and clean. We're going to show you that here in a minute. Quick some tie wraps to tie everything back together. Double-sided tape for your rear camera. And then you're good to go. Now, what I need to do right now is actually get the old one out of the way so we can actually get this one installed. Also, another good feature about this, it is the OEM style. That's why it's going underneath the mirror, so it looks like it came in from the factory. Now, one other thing it does have, parking monitoring. So if I park this thing, turn it off, I walk out, boom, somebody hits it, bam! I got it on video. And then they can't say, oh, I didn't hit you. Yes, you did. Anyway, let's get the other one out and make some room for the new Jamie. All right, we're back and everything is out. That was the old. Out with the old, in with the new. Now we're just gonna grab our trim removal tool, our camera, and don't forget your little adapter. This is very important. This is the one part that I love about this product. Also about the packaging as well. So let's dive inside and see how we're gonna get this thing up there. All right, we are inside of the truck. Now I do apologize for the lighting. I do have about 10,000 luminas in here, but it is black on black. So this is the cover that we're actually taking off. Now this one right here is really easy. If you want to take your pry tool, and this is a Toyota Tacoma, we're going to stick it up here and we're actually going to pull down. There you go, pops right off. Now on some of these, some applications you need to take these little tabs off, and ours, look at that, it's already up there. Thanks a lot, that's awesome. So everything should be ready to slide back up here. Let's get a closer look. Now we do have a cable right here and we have a cable right here. And if you look at your adapter, oh my goodness, we have a cable and a cable. So all this gets tucked right inside. This is where you get your power from. Now, this is one of the Toyota sensors, and this is the power and all that type of stuff. So you do not have to run power to this thing. That is awesome. No more cables. All right, got everything out of the way. Now we're gonna hook everything up. So go ahead and disconnect your sensor. There's only one way of putting it in. Up, it clips. And it clips. Bam, we are done. Now it's time to hook up your actual camera. Now don't forget to go ahead and remove your protective covering from your lens. See, looks nice and factory. So this right here is for your rear camera. This right here is for your power. So we're going to connect this up. There you go. Now this other one right here is for your GPS. Like I said, we don't have a GPS on here, but later on when we get one, we can actually get that up and running. So let's tuck all that in there. And while we have it hanging, I'm gonna grab my wire. That's gonna go in the back for my camera. Because we want to tuck this away and make it look nice and pretty. Now this one here has a little ting right here on the side. Cannot mess that up. Line everything up, push in nice and gently. Now I'm going to tuck this all the way inside here so that I don't have to try to hide this big, connector. Let's take a closer look at what we got. All right, so I just went ahead and take the GPS cable, kind of curled it up. As you can tell, I've connected that. Your power comes in and connected to the other side. Now this camera should be powered up as soon as I turn the key. Now, all you do to put this up there is line everything up, slide it into place. There we go. Bam! That is a clean installation. Unbelievable. All right, so everything is clipped in. It looks factory. You have a little slot right here for your SD card. We're gonna have buttons over here that you can actually control the camera, and you can fix my rear view. And now all we have to do is tuck this up out of the way. All right, now your trim removal tool is now going to be the cable tucker in tool. All right, so we're gonna tuck this in. We're gonna tuck it all the way under here. Now, right behind here is an airbag. If you want, you can go ahead and pull your battery so these do not deploy. But if you just tuck it in right along this seam, you should not have a big problem. All right, as you can see, nice and tucked in. Can't see it all the way up to this point. Now, instead of going down like I did my other one, I'm actually gonna take it along the top here, around the pillar, all the way to the back. Clean insulation, that's what we're going for today. Because if this is going to be this clean, I want the cabling to be just as clean. Again, I'm going to use my tool, kind of tuck it in. This is so easy, I don't even have to wear my glasses. All right, so I have the other end of my camera. Now I do have a lot of length, and it's a lot easier to tuck it all the way down on this side and get it hid behind this panel than it is to curl it up over here by the camera. So what we're gonna do now is stop with the tucking and start with the sticking. All right, so we are in the back of the truck. Now, what we need to do now is actually hook up your camera. And one thing about a Toyota, this back window right here actually moves. It opens, and it opens this way. So we can't put it on this wall, and we can't put it on the back glass here, even though being the center would be ideal. Now, I have seen people actually make a little clamp on your headliner and actually put this thing in the middle so that doesn't move. You just open and close the window as you please. Now, I don't have one of those, and I kind of like it over here. This glass does not move, so all I have to do is unpeel the double-sided tape, stick it on, and it's not going anywhere. Anyway, so we got to take the sticker off the lens, which I dropped and I can't find it, but we also need to peel the back of your double-sided tape. Now it looks all nice and clean. Now, the way that you want to put this on there is that this tab, see where it has a little tab, this tab is going to be towards the bottom. If you have it like this, it's going to be upside down. So you really want to look at it, there's an arrow. Anyway, so we're going to put this right over here. Now make sure your glass is clean or else it will not stick. I've just cleaned it. All right, now you can adjust it up and down because it does swivel once you get everything in place. So now all we have to do is hide this up in the headliner. Where's my tool? I need my tool. All right, we got it all tucked underneath. Can't see anything. Now I did go through here. Now you could actually take this off and tuck everything underneath, but like you said, there it's an airbag. Don't want to mess with that. So what we're going to do is pull this back a little bit and put both sides all the way down this pillar. See if you can see it. All right, everything is in, everything is tucked. We are ready to rock. All right, so this is all the cable that I have left. So I just tucked it in underneath the little bracket. Now these little clips snap right back in place so that it does hopefully not bend, crimp, or anything like that. So there's my camera, nice and neat. I'm loving it so far. All right, everything is set in place. And now it's time to turn it on to see if it actually works. Now, one thing you need to do is actually grab your little SD card. This is a 128 gig, and we want to put it right here on in the side. Maybe. There you go. Clips right in. You can barely see it. Now, a couple things about the SD card. When you need to get video off of it, and if you don't want to use your cell phone to go over the Wi-Fi, and it uses Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, because the sheer amount of data that's coming across here, Wi-Fi will be so much better. Now this thing goes about 10 feet away for the Wi-Fi, and you'll need to connect that up to your phone. Okay, so before you actually connect up to your camera, download the SkyCam from your store. If you have an Apple, you go to Apple Store. If you have an Android, you just go to the store and go ahead and download it. This will be Android. It might be slightly different when you actually go with Apple. I don't have an Apple, so I can't show you. But anyway, the next thing you want to do is go to your Wi-Fi. We're going to hold that down. All right, once you actually get into your Wi-Fi, you're going to turn the key on your vehicle, which in this case would be my truck. There you go, making some noise. Boom. That is up and running. That is a really good sign. Now, what you want to do now is go ahead and turn on your Wi-Fi. It's going to go through and do all your searching. Okay, the one that you want will be the Wi-Fi, so Wi-Fi. So once you connect to it, it's going to ask you for a password. Now the password, according to the book, and I'm not lying, it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Needs eight password. Now if it was only 1 2 3 4 5, that would be what an idiot will have on his luggage. Let me know what the movie quote is. Anyway, once you actually get your Wi-Fi connect, you're going to back out. All right, so here's the app right here, and you have your front camera. Now if you want to switch it to your back camera, just click on that. Boom, I got my back camera, and it is right side up, so we are good to go. It's already recording. Now you can go up here to camera files. It will start bringing over all of the files. I don't have much because I just got here, and boom, there you go. You want to look at that one? So we're going to go for a test drive here in a second to test it all out. But man, look how clean that is. That's awesome. But first, before I go, I'm going to clean the windshield, because where my old camera was, I can never clean that. So I'm going to clean it up. You can see the difference between low light and daytime. Not too shabby. I can see my entire hood, so I'm getting good coverage. 150 degrees in the front, 140 degrees in the rear. Everything is lined up. Now there is a bunch of settings in your app. Go through all those to make sure they fit your situation. You can turn off the microphone, you can turn it on. Everything has a setting. All right, we're back from our little test drive, and I have to say everything worked just like it said it would. We're going to find out here in another 6 months, maybe a year. I'll do another review to see how I still like it. Do spend a few extra moments making sure all the wires are tucked in, looking good. ManGoal spent a lot of time scanning all of these vehicles. Like they took a 2019, scanned the dash, scanned the hood, the mirror, the placement, and put everything into a package that actually works. This is the first time in a while that I actually had one that actually worked right out of the box. The installation, very clean. I'm very excited about it. I did like my other one, but it was just kind of sitting there with the suction cup, and I like this one so much better. Definitely looks OEM. Now, if you need any support for this thing, it has lifetime support. If you get it from somebody else, you call up, hey, I have a problem, they're going to try to help you. They're going to try to work with you. It does have a 1-year warranty. If anything's wrong with it, send it back. They'll send you one right back into the mail. But anyway, before we go, take a look at some of the fit and finish one more time. All right, looking from the outside, nice and clean, right underneath the mirror. All right, on the inside, all nice, tucked in nice and tight. All my buttons, all the card, everything. All right, so I'm pretty excited about this installation. I hope you are too. Go ahead and check out ManGoal, see what their products are. Hopefully they have your vehicle in there, and if they do, go ahead and order it. It's pretty good. You can get stuff with just the front camera. You can get the one with the rear camera, it's just a little bit more, but I would have to say front and back is the way you really want to go. Anyway, until next time, take it easy, have fun, check out all the other videos, and just be safe out there and spend some time making it look good. Later.